Hello, it's Thursday, and today we're going to be continuing on with our Pokemon Black run, where every time we level up a Pokemon, it evolves into something random, and then we get to crochet it. So this series fits into an overall goal that I have to have a full living Crochetdex, and as you can see, it is looking pretty healthy at the moment. We have made 312 of the 1025 currently active and out there Pokemon, which is about 30% of the way through. So while we are approaching the end of Gen 2 over on stream, this series is focusing specifically on Gen 5, and we have made 12 Gen 5 Pokemon so far, and we're going to knock out another 6 today. So it looks like where we left off, we had a team of all girls. We had Opacity the Crocorock, Audacity the Drudigon, and Duplicity the Pidove. Now, the real question here is, what were we doing at the end of last game? Because we did take a little bit of a break. I don't remember what we were meant to be doing. Are you a trainer? So I'm just going to talk to a few people and try and work out where we're supposed to go. I think we're going back to the dream yard. Please bring... Oops, I got distracted. Me too! Please bring me some of the dream mist that Mana gives off in the dream yard. Okay. Alright, so we are going back to the dream yard as our first port of call today. I'll admit that I don't really know where this story goes from here, so I don't really have a goal for today, but I kind of wanted to try and do one gym leader per episode, but I don't really know how... Oh, it's winter now. Oh, and spring? How long was I gone? Anyway, I would like to get one gym leader per episode, but I don't know how realistic that is. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. And back into the dream yard, and I need to remember that I can run. I need to remember which button it is, though. That's not it. Oh, map, though. Cool. Alright, I see where we are. So we're probably heading towards NacreNe next. I know there's a run button here somewhere. Oh! Well, I found the speed up key, but that's not quite the same thing, is it? Alright, never mind. We'll just carry on for now and try and work out running again a bit later. This tree looks like it can be cut down. Oh, did I not teach anybody cut? Who is going to be our HM mule? Audacity or opacity? Oh, we could easily replace tackle with it. I'm happy to do that. Yes, cut the tree. And we are into our first, like, area. So, oh, okay. Hi, Bianca. Hi, Thursday. Are you looking for the mysterious Pokemon too? I am. Oh my goodness, I actually forgot. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to stop and reset it for a second. We came here to get a specific, like, missed key item from a Pokemon that's supposed to be here called Mana. Now, because everything in here has been randomized, it's not going to be a Mana that we're actually finding, and so I don't know if it'll still drop the key item, so this might just be a really quick end to this run, which is a bit rough, but we're going to see how we go. Are we going to get story locked again? And again and again. Did you hear a sound coming from the other side of that wall? Okay, fine, we'll go to the other side of the wall. Oh! It does look like it's still the right one. Hopefully, hopefully. Hi, little bean. Come on. Oh, bad guys. We found you, Mana. Come on, make some dream mist. They're being mean to it. Don't squeeze it out like a sponge. Who are you? Are you talking about us? We're Team Plasma. Okay, Team Plasma is officially our Team Rocket for this particular game. You guys probably already knew that. I'm a little out of practice. Nah, mate. I didn't know Mana was Australian. Come on, spit out that dream mist. Okay, enough of this chit-chat. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. It's a boss battle! Oh, they're dressed up like paladins! Oh my goodness, I didn't put any battle strategy into this at all. Are we close to evolving? I don't know. Oh well, it's nice to get an early one anyway. So, okay, cool. Opacity is not close to evolving at all. Let's try a little sand tomb action. I don't remember what my moves do. What else is new, right? Hold on one second. No, that sounds about right. Sorry guys, I've paused mid-battle. No, we're fine, we're fine. Sorry, we're back. We're just checking on something a little technical. That was easy. Well, you're not taking them seriously because they're kids. Well, whatever, I'm next. Okay, so I don't get a chance to swap my Pokemon. Crocorock, it's all you. What have you got? A Purloin. I've not made Purloin yet. Sand Tomb. It's a Crocnado! Any second now, I'll be less distracted and focus on the game a little better. That's so loud! Oh, if you can hear any loud music in the background, it's because I live in an apartment and I got neighbours. But we have to obtain the dream mist. Getting sensory overload between the music in the background and the music in the front ground. Okay, I've got earphones in now, so hopefully I'm not talking too loudly. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? Knock it off. Ooh, who's this guy? What are you two doing goofing off? We, Team Plasma, shall separate Pokemon from foolish people. So wait, is Getsus working for them, or are they working... No, they're working for him? I'm sorry, guys, for the scattered start today. Between my twitchy ferret brain, the throbbing music in the background, and whoever this guy is with the fancy coat. And then there was like N last time, wasn't there? There's just a lot going on. At any rate, let's hurry and say we're sorry so forgives us. Okay, so they definitely work for Fancy Jacket Man. Oh, they ran away. I just don't know. Oh, Char! What was that just now? The person called Getsus appeared all over the place, and it wasn't real, right? Oh wow, there really is just a lot going on. Oh, they're cute though. Okay, so, blah blah blah, and it looks like we don't have to worry about the key item. It looks like we can pick it up here. It was story pointed. It was a cutscene, basically. All good. Why don't you go to Fennel's house? I'm gonna look for the Pokemon we just saw now. I'm gonna poke around here for a little bit longer, I think. I think there's some more interesting stuff to find in the trees. And look, there's... Oh! Shaky grass. Hello, shaky grass. Do we want to battle what's in the shaky grass? I do want to battle. But what I would like to do... Any second now, I'll get my fingers on the right keys. What I want to do first is let's level up. Ooh, okay. Who wants to level? What happened to Audacity? When happened to Audacity? I really was not paying attention, was I? I'm so sorry. We're going to be better. Let's send out Duplicity. What's in the shaky grass? Oh, it's an ice cream cone. It's not vanilla. It's vanillish. Ish. It's somewhat vanilla. Must come from a beaver. Those who know about the connection between vanilla and beavers know. The rest of you I'm not going to enlighten. The information's out there. Look it up at your own risk. Okay. And we're going to blow on our ice cream because food is very temperature and brain know what do. Vanilla's causing an uproar, I feel like sounds like green sleeves. Ah, Duplicity, no! Okay, that was probably on me. Bite the ice cream. It's thematic. Yum 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 yum. Yum 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 yum. Okay, so I'm gonna go heal up Pidove real quick, and then we'll be back. And I worked out how to run. Let's go find some loot. Ooh, piece of candy. Pokeball? I'll take it. The 3D quality of this is kind of... They're being a little bit tricky with it, hiding stuff behind walls, like here. Found you. We can't get over there. I know I saw something over here. A potion! Okay. Well, the potion's used. I'll take that. Anything else? Oh, another one over here. A repel. Oh, there's a downstairs. I forgot that there was downstairs. Did I even know there was a downstairs? Well, it might be an upstairs. Yeah, that doesn't look like there's any other way through. But I don't have strength, so I know that there is a limit to how far we're going to be able to get. That is the biggest... That's the biggest story blocker I've seen in a very long time. Like, there's no way that I can't just kick over the cone. But I guess we're law-abiding, so fine. Alright, we'll leave this area for now. Oh, la la, la 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 la. Now, which one was Fennel's lab? Ah, it was this one. I nailed it. Hi, Fennel. Ta-da! Thanks to you, I got some Dream Mist, and now I can collect save files of various trainers. I don't know how useful this actually is for us, but we have sea gear now. Whatever that is. It's another button to confuse you, that's what that is. Let me out! Let's just whiz through this interaction. On with the game! So, we're gonna make our way over to NacreNe, I think. Not a lot has happened so far. We've kind of finished off the plot points from last week. And that's sort of just it. That tree looks like a duck. Oh, is this the game with the... Oh, look at the pretty reflections. Look how good that is. Oh, I'm seeing some trainers running around, so this is the perfect opportunity for us to get a first level. And I'm thinking switch training Pidove is the way to go. Do you know how technical machines work? Oh, never mind. We might not be out of town yet. Sneaky little Pokeball. My apologies to editing me for having to try and string these sentences together into something that makes any kind of sense. Oh, that one looks like a Pikachu. Ooh, who's that guy up there? I'm gonna go bother him. Nope. Okay. I don't get to talk to him. Hello. And now we can go on through, I'm guessing. Route 3. Route 3. Oh, okay. I see a Dublattle, and I see a single trainer up there as well. We're going to combine our strength and do our best. You know what? I don't know if I want to leave Duplicity out there. Duplicity got flattened last time. Okay, okay. Pidove can hang with this. It was just vanilla-ish that was mucking with it last time. Let's focus on taking one of them out. Chomp. Excellent. Okay, good. This is very good for Duplicity. Little paw prints. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt the little bird. Excellent. Excellent. Good job, Duplicity. Not quite enough just yet, but the next battle ought to do it. Oh, we keep going this way now that we've started going this way? That looks like a daycare or something up there. It is the Pokemon daycare! Okay. We will potentially be leaving someone here at some point. Pokemon battling is very popular at this daycare. If you go in the playground, you'll be pestered into battling. Oh, excellent! That's exactly what we want. Hello! And there's a slide. I wonder if they'll let us use the slide. Okay. Here we go. Hello, Nursery Aide Autumn. Pleased to meet you. One little lily pup versus my little Pidove. So this is how I want this battle to go, right? Cheep cheep. Woof woof. Ah! Okay, let's try Gusting. Okay, I might be in trouble. Okay, one more. Just don't. Oh no! 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 Okay. Woo. Do we swap it? Because I know Lillipup is faster. I'm gonna use a potion. It's fine. We're just gonna use a potion. Nope, we're swapping. Bring in the crocodile! Anybody familiar with the song The Crocodile Roll will know what's about to happen here. Good, I thought I'd missed for a second. Oh no! I'm just looking at Opacity's experience there as well. But wait. Ah! Okay, here's the thing, right? I think the rule that I set last week was whoever evolved first gets to keep their evolution. I'm gonna stick with that, so we're gonna evolve one and skip one. Oh, we're still battling. Switch Pokemon. How many more Pokemon do you have, lady? Why not? Let's get all three of them a level if we only have to make one. Makes sense to me. Right around level 15, the pacing of the evolution slows down pretty naturally anyway. So, I'm not super worried about that. Ah, glorious. No! Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. Stay awake. Stay awake. Excellent. Yum, 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 yum. Audacity, did that get you the level? No, okay. It would have been funny. Alright, so we have defeated Autumn. And now Winter will rise. No. We've defeated Autumn, so now whoever pops up first to evolve will be the evolution that we make. Let's have a look. Pidove is getting the evolution. Perfect. Doesn't give you any hints at all. Oh, okay. It's what, Mean Fu? Mean Shao? Mean something. Mean Shao. Hey, I nailed it. Cool. Oh, okay. So we're kind of like purple and grey with orange whiskers. We're some sort of fancy weasel. Okay. I can work with fancy weasel. Of course I can work with fancy weasel. And skip. Not for you. Not for you. Not for you. You can consider yourself a Notodile. Alright, okay. Alright, okay. Let's have a look. That's the map. Start a tally on the screen how many times I opened the map by accident. Let's have a look at Duplicity. You know what? You look like you match your name. You look quite duplicitous, don't you? You look like you're some sort of like fancy spy or something. Okay, so we are fighting type with the ability Regenerator. Restores a little HP when withdrawn from battle. That ain't bad. Okay, so we're going to stop here and we are going to make ourselves one fancy weasel. Okay, so our weasel friend here is long and slinky, and she's definitely plotting something, you can tell by the look on her face, and just absolutely covered with scarves. And they're scarves that have like 2 points on each of them, which does mean that we're going to have to get a little bit creative when it comes to how we construct them. Now, I did look it up, and I believe that it is meant to be mean chow, but unfortunately, my point of reference was chicken chow mein, so I think I refer to her as main chow for the rest of the episode. So my apologies for that. Now, when it came to picking the colours, based on the sprite, I was going to go with white, purple, and then this orange, like apricot colour. But I looked it up, and officially those orange bits are technically yellow, so I did end up making a swap there. Even though it doesn't match the sprite exactly, I think it'll come out looking better on our finished weasel. Now, with a Pokemon with this many shapes involved, I feel absolutely no shame whatsoever in breaking it down into as many pieces as we need. So I started by making this little teardrop shape for the head. Okay, so there's that head done, and perfectly to scale. We love to see it. So I'm going to grab my purple next, and we're just going to make some of the tinier decorations for the head. Rather than construct these from the base pieces out to the decorations, I kind of decided to make all of the head pieces first. So you can see there I've made a little forehead spot, and then I grab my white and I whip up a couple of tiny little pointy ears. 1 and 2. Okay, so with that done, I decided to grab my purple and build up the body, and I've actually built the body from the butt all the way up to the neck opening, and that's because that way I can most efficiently hide my finishing off point, because I have just a chip on my shoulder about how ugly my finishing off points are, and this way I can hide it at like the base of the neck with the head over the top. And I did add some weights to the body as well. With a long, narrow creature like this that's going to have a really strange center of gravity because of the scarves sticking out everywhere, some little weights can just really help keep her balanced. Body done. Next. Alrighty, so next I grabbed my purple and I was trying to work up the feet, and I initially tried to build the toenails into the foot itself just by using some picos poking out between the stitches. But I ended up feeling like they looked too big and too clunky on what was otherwise a very like dainty lady. So I ended up frogging all the way back to the sole of the foot and just building it up in purple, and then I was planning on stitching on the toenails afterwards. And okay, here's the real test. She's a biped. Can I get her to stand up? Oh, and we can! Look at that! So next up, I think she needs some armies. So I grabbed my white and I'm building these arms up in 2 pieces. So first I started at the paw, and with a variety of twists and turns, built up towards the shoulder. So there's 1 and 2. She's happy, she knows it, she claps her hands. And then I grabbed my white again and we started building those scarves that sprout from the top of the wrist. So I started by working a tube in white, and then I swapped to my purple, and I used half the stitches to finish off to 1 point, then just went back and reattached and used the other half of stitches to finish off to a 2nd point. So there's that, and 2 of those. Love my transitions. And I'm going to use that technique to also make the tail and the 2 whiskers. And with all the pieces done, we just have to sew it all together. Now, I did decide not to use safety eyes on this particular Pokemon just because I thought that they would come across a little bit googly-eyed, and it's not really her vibe at all. But I did do my best to embroider them on using a little bit of red and a little bit of purple just to emphasize that eyelid. And there is our finished Mean Shao. And you know what? I actually think she turned out pretty well. All things considered, given how like flimsy and scarfy she was. And you know what? All of those scarves were just not as painful as I thought they would be. Okay, so we have made our little Bond villain, and we are going to carry on. That said, I am going to... Is town closer? Or can I heal by just popping him in a PC here? Okay, yeah, I can just pop it in the PC. Pro move. If you chuck your Pokemon into a PC, it full heals. And then we'll just bring it back on out. Very good, very good. Saves you running back and forth sometimes. Call opacity, a big old sponge. Oh, that looks like a double bottle. I really want to use the slide though, so maybe we clear this one first. Take this, Hyper Beam. You better not actually have Hyper Beam there, friend. Look at his cute little outfit. Oh, preschooler Tully, you're adorable. And he's got a cute little green monkey friend. I love this. I love it when it's clear that they've like thought about it, which admittedly Nintendo is usually pretty good about. Okay, and we're just going to prune the hedges a little bit. I have scales, mate. Scratching doesn't really hurt that much. Oh, we took his money. Hyper Beam? Oh, my Pokemon can't really use it yet. Oh, bless his little cotton socks. Can I use the slide? Okay, I kind of wish there was a whoosh on the other side, but that was still pretty good. And again. Okay, enough. Double. It's a, what was I calling them? A deblattle? Oh, there's only one of you. Okay, cool. Never mind, not a deblattle. Alright, we are going to sand tomb you, because you can put out fires using sand. Apparently highly effectively. I love it when I accidentally know my typings. Sorry, Wendy. I wish we weren't taking their money. I wish you could opt out of taking their money. It just feels kind of wrong. Oh, and here we have Panpaw. So that's all three of the monkeys. That makes sense. Okay, ground type is probably going to be less effective against the wet monkey. So let's try cutting the wet monkey. Very good, very good. Did you just lick me? What was that? Okay, never mind. Yep, love the Moxie opacity. Okay, well, opacity has leveled, which means we're going to be making our second Pokemon for today. Oops, I have no healthy Pokemon left. That's okay, buddy. Here we go. We have finished battling all of the trainers in the daycare. We have our second evolution for today, and we're going from a crocodile to sitting patiently while we wait. Oh! What are the odds of that? No, seriously, what are the odds of that? So, of course, we are now going to be making the pre-evolved form of Min Xiao, Min Fu. The mind boggles a little bit at just what the amount of things that had to go exactly that way for us to be doing this. This is completely randomized. I don't know who anyone's going to evolve into, so I'm... What? Oh my goodness, map. Let's have a look at you. Well, you look, admittedly, a little bit less like an international, like, super spy. You just kind of look like somebody who beat me up a little bit. So, we have Min Fu here. They have Regenerator as well. Okay. So, we are going to stop here and we're going to make Min Fu. Alright, so working on Min Fu here, and you know what? This is just the nature of random things, because like, people tend to think of random as being like non-consecutive, but there was technically a chance with this playthrough that we would have to make all of the Gen 5 Pokemon in order. In any case, it's quite funny to me that Min Fu is so different from Min Xiao, where Min Xiao had lots of like scarves and pointy bits. Min Fu is kind of blobby and blocky, with the exception of that tail. Alrighty, so we're going to need some red, and we're going to need some yellow, and I thought about using a brighter red briefly, but the darker red was definitely the correct choice. It's actually the same dark red that I used to make the nose and eyes on Min Xiao, and I thought that was a nice little tie-in. So, starting in my yellow, I started at the top of the head and worked my way down. Now, as I built up that head, I used some larger stitches to add those like whiskery bits that are coming off her face. I think they were double trebles in this scenario, as well as changing colours to build that little sash in as well, just to save us a little bit of sewing later. And with that main base piece done, I whipped up a couple of little ears next. They were just little blobs to go on top of the head, and I thought they were going to make me feel better about the overall proportions of this piece, but I gotta tell you, I'm having a hard time trusting the process. Maybe the grey for the eyebrows will help. 1 and 2. Nope, that still looks quite odd. Let's do some arms. So the arms are funny because they're kind of just 3 connected blobs. You've got a tiny yellow blob for the hand, and then a big blob in red for the arm, and then like a smaller blob again to form that shoulder where it connects into the body. Thankfully, this could all just be made in one piece. And of course, we needed 2 of them. They're looking like very large frilly sleeves to me, but we'll move straight on to the legs. Now, the sprite for Minfu has her in this very like Tai Chi Kung Fu kind of pose, which is obviously intentional, but I'm going to go for something a little bit more neutral here today, just so I don't have to bother too much about left leg and right leg and trying to maintain a certain point of balance. She's just going to get 2 little feet. And finally, that tail, I was able to draw on the pattern that we literally just made for Min Xiao, and work up a tube in yellow, then use half the stitches to finish off 1 red point, and the other half the stitches to finish off a 2nd red point. And with all of our pieces made, we just had to sew them together. And I did try quite specifically to match my coloured yarn to the piece that was being sewn on, just so that my stitches would blend in nicely. And there is my finished Minfu, and I gotta tell you, I like Min Xiao a lot better, but I really did try my best here. And I guess that's that evolutionary line done. Cool. Okay, we are back, and we have completed the evolutionary line for a Pokemon that I have forgot existed, if I'm honest. And our team has overwhelmingly shifted to fighting types. And then Audacity is probably going to be our next evolution, if I'm honest. I do like a Drotagon, though. Okay, so I'm going to just heal up again real quick, and then we'll continue on the road to NacreNe. Oh. Oh, there'll be battles in here too. I might come back and do these battles later, when we know what's up. Map. I was just trying to have a look at the Pokemon. Ah! So you're going to evolve in the next battle. You're a ways off. And you're probably going to evolve after just 1 battle as well. Okay. Just trying to get us a little further into the plot. And let Opacity soak up some of this. And then try and get all of them to evolve at the same time. Because I'm tricky like that sometimes. Okay. We're on the road. Oh, come on. Shazza, please. Really? You're gonna make me battle you? We were so close to doing something real there. How many Pokemon do you have, first of all? 3 still? 2. Okay, I can deal with 2. Dang, I've just put Minfu out the front too. This would have been a great battle to get all of them up a level. But hey, at least I'm all fighting types. With no fighting moves. Slice up the otter. Well, I appear to be quite speedy, which I don't mind at all. That is one confused little otter friend. Okay, 110 XP. Switch Pokemon. I'm wondering if I can get Duplicity and Audacity both up a level at the same time. So Duplicity had 72 XP to go, and Audacity had like 40 something. So I do need to swap. I can't just like battle. What a fancy weasel you be. Okay, and we bring in the dragon. Chomp on that kitty cat. Oh, that's not very effective. Let's poison the kitty cat. Ah, so furious. My skin, so rough. Haha. Oh, Purloin, you have misjudged me. Okay, good. Poison. My skin is rough. This is great. And my options were bite or pound, okay? I'm not trying to make euphemisms. Okay, good. Excellent. So Audacity went up a level. Audacity wants to learn Scary Face. I'm sorry, Audacity. I have no use for that. Give up on Scary. Okay. We got some money. Don't mind taking his money. Alrighty. Okay, so it looks like Audacity gets to evolve, which is great. And then we'll skip anybody else who evolves after that. So, who do you want to be? And then hopefully it'll slow down a little bit for us. Oh, okay. That's what, Yamask? Yeah, okay, cool. You're a strange little dude. I might have to get Mr. Bones to help make a stand for you. Wants Timberland and Nightshade. Oh, yeah. Love the addition of a ghost type move to this lineup. Got an interesting, like, poisony, ghosty moveset there. Nope, you don't get to, you stay exactly as you are, Miss Thing. I see. So that's how you battle. Out of the way. Oh my goodness, come on. Bianca, I'm not fighting you as well. Where were those people headed? That way, but what's happening? Those people stole this girl's Pokemon. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Please, please. Oh, good. Let me stop. All right, here we go. Hey, not the map. Let's have a little look at you. Who are you? Okay, we're ghost type now. And the ability is Mummy. Contact with this Pokemon spreads this ability. Does that mean that we like overwrite the ability of the Pokemon we're fighting? Because that's interesting. Okay, we're going to stop here and we're going to make Yamask. Now, I've always had kind of a soft spot for Yamask. Like, their backstory is so sad. Like, the mask that they're carrying around is meant to represent the face that they had when they were people. Because this Pokemon used to be people. But I also just think that they have such a sweet, endearing kind of design to them. So I'm looking forward to having a go at this one today, because there's just not a lot of, like, foundation to attach things to, and I have no idea how I'm going to get it to stand up, but we're going to give it a shot. And we really only need black, red, and yellow for this one as well. But I do think that we are finally going to be using a pair of safety eyes here. So I'm going to start with this strange, flat, serrated disc that is the head. And specifically I'm going to start at the front of the nose, and then just kind of try and work increases and decreases to build the rest of this kind of strange shapes. I know that it's not really a blob, I know that it's fairly like flat from either side. So that does mean I only have to really worry about shaping the up and down, not so much the left and right. There we go. I think that's looking pretty close. So next I'm just going to grab some red and work up these eyes. And I am going to build a black ridge around those eyes just to help them incorporate more smoothly into the black of the body piece. And it's just going to mean that there are fewer like harsh edges visible when we're done. Then I'm going to just pop a safety eye in through the middle of that starting magic ring, just because I think it's going to bring a little bit of extra life to it. So that one goes there. And we need another one for the other side. There we go. All right, so next up, I'm going to build the arms, and I'm going to start by making a tube. And this has actually been inspired a little bit by how we built the scarves for Meanshao. And I'm going to basically make a long sloping tube that like flares out on either side, and then use 1/3 of the stitches to create each of the fingers. So it's basically got one starting point and 3 finishing off points. Then I'm just going to curl each of those fingers down and sew them in place to create the kind of, I don't know if you'd call those fists, but they've definitely got curled fingers at the end of each of those arms. So there is our first arm, and we need another one just like it. There we go. Alrighty. Hello. What am I missing? Oh yeah, your mask. So for the mask, I was going to try and sneak some like stability stuff into it to help him stand up. But first I had to make the thing. So I made a yellow dome working from the base upwards. Now I could have made this as a round piece with the magic ring in the middle of the face, but I really wanted those row directions to flow upwards. I'm a little bit funny about like I fixate on that sometimes, but I was very confident that the rows needed to run up the face, not start in the middle of it. So that is the direction I took here. So I wanted to stitch the face straight onto it so I knew what I would be working with. But one strand of yarn was definitely going to be too thick to look right. So each strand of my 8-ply here is actually made up of 3 individual strands, I guess. They might be called plies, I have no idea. But I separated out just one of those little strands, so I'm working with basically 1/3 of a piece of my usual yarn, and I actually think that was the perfect thickness for adding the details to the face here. And I do end up using the rest of that yarn to help sew Yamask together, so you don't need to worry about wastage. So the final thing I needed to do is create the little like mask hook or tail. And so we just started with a little blob at the end that was going to wrap around the mask, and then made a long tube up to the body. And I did overestimate how long that tube needed to be, but it's way easier to frog things down a little bit than to add extra stitches after you've finished off. And so I just prefer to do it that way. And again, with all of that done, we just sewed that all together. Okay, so she doesn't stand up, but I think I actually kind of nailed it. In fact, she might be my favorite for today. We'll have to wait and see what the others are first before I can formalize that. Okay, I don't know if I want to go get that. I've been doing wrong. I want to help her Pokemon, but I wasn't done just walking around yet. Was that not just a Pokeball? Look at you, darling. Swoop it. Get to the swoobit. Yes. Excellent. Bye-bye, swoobit. Okay, and I found a super potion. I was worried for a second that the item was a Pokemon encounter. Right, out of the grass. No, out of the grass. Oh, hello. We've already made one of you. Everybody say hi, Heatmore. Everyone say bye, Heatmore. Okay. Ah, no, don't. Oh, you're not going to let me continue in a different direction. Okay, fine. Fine, I'll focus. What's this way? Is it just straight into a barrier, or is it something a little more interesting? That's a trainer battle. And a wild encounter, and an item. So that's some stuff to do. Cool hair, man. Okay, so there are definitely plenty of monkeys still around. That's good to know, should we ever need one. Again, I don't really want the level right now, so we'll duck. Okay. That was always going to happen. Okay. Daycare worker, hopefully with just 1, 3. Okay. Alright, okay. Build him a little house. Just a little house. And trim his fingernails for him. Sorry. I wish to switch. Okay, well we might be trying to let Audacity soak some of this up. Nightshade on the bird? Bird is normal type and ghost moves don't affect normal type. I know this, I do. I always forget which one's which, but I always get them eventually. And just one more little wingette. Thank you, Audacity. Lillipop, we will keep battling. Also a normal type. We'll use Cusco's poison. Yeah, okay, cool. So we just overwrote Lillipop's ability. So whatever special advantage it had is gone now. Again, honestly, I don't put a lot of stock in the abilities in terms of the usual gameplay. I understand that on like the professional battling scene, it's a bit of a different thing. Oof. 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 You know what? If Audacity passes out, that's actually not a worst case scenario here. Good. Excellent. And no one should evolve. No, I just want a piece of candy. I don't want to fight the silly wet monkey. Oh my goodness! That was one step! Hello, Ferroseed. You are so delightfully spinningly egg-shaped. Quick, while his back is turned. Okay, there we go. I got my piece of candy. Alright, I'm actually gonna go heal and we'll come back. Ooh, don't get distracted. Okay, so if I play my cards right here, I'll have all 3 Pokemon ready to level right as they get the ability to level, and I'll only have to make 1 and we'll be able to progress the story. So it's become kind of like a little bit of an ongoing logic puzzle for me. So I'm actually going to do... Ooh, actually, you know what? We'll go back to that daycare and see if there are any other battles inside, and just see if we can't just very carefully raise our friends up a little bit. Trainer? I just went all the way back to the Poke Center and she would have healed me. Fantastic. Hello! Okay, it doesn't look like there are battles here after all. I'm playing 2! Okay. Never mind, there were no extra battles in there after all, so we're actually going to do a little bit of training in the grass. So I want to get everybody down to within about 100 XP. Ah, why? I swear, every single Pokemon in this randomized run is female. Every single one. Oh, don't lick me. Haha, no, you're a mummy. Okay. We took out that hit more. Be less than 200. No! Jeepers, that's so close! Ooh, okay. I now see, quite ironically, that I'm playing with fire. What am I gonna do? We could so easily muck this up real bad. It's like, careful. Careful. One battle. Should do it. Alright, okay. Little buddy! Oh, no, that's a boy. There we go. Okay, so there are boys in this world. Spin around. Slap him with your scarves. Okay. Alright, that was quick and efficient and excellent. So I think we're at a point now where all of them are pretty much just like ready to go. Let's just double check. Look at me, no longer opening the map. Okay, so within 73, 63, and 138. So alright, Minfu is still the highest, but I can't risk running into a heap more. So Minfu will swap to front position. We'll heal up, and then we're gonna plow into that cave and try and get this girl's Pokemon back. Let's do this! Whoosh! Alright. They ran inside here. Yep, I'm ready to go. Nice of them to have checked. Okay, yep, cool. So straight into battling. Perfect. Thursday. This bothersome bunch doesn't really listen to reason. Oh, we're gonna deblattle? Good. Rawr! Show me your war face. We've got one? Oh, it's not even a deblattle. It's just a... This is so disappointing. It's just they warned me about double battles and they didn't give me any. Now I'm just perpetually worried that anything's gonna make me pop at any second. Patrat prevented attack. Don't love that. I don't love this. There we go. I just kind of have to hope that Opacity can absorb all this. Oof. Okay. Less than 100. Oh no, that's going to be just enough. Well, there goes that plan. At least the other two are ready to pop at the same time. Okay. Alright, Opacity. Maybe it'll just roll me straight into the next battle? Nope. Okay, here we go. Opacity is evolving. This is our 4th evolution for today. Hopefully it's not another fighting type. Not that it's bad to have a fighting type, but we've had a couple today already. Who are you going to be? Chunky. Oh, dang, I've been dreading this one. I thought we would have at least a little bit of breathing room before I had to do this again. We're making the evolved form of Duosion, Reuniclus. More transparency. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure that when I leave this screen, it's going to drag me back into the story point, and we're gonna let it? No, we're not gonna let it. We're gonna stop here, and I know we haven't had a really good look at our new little friend, but we're gonna stop here and we're going to make Reuniclus. Apparently this randomizer run believes in completing whole family lines instead of scattering bits about. Oh good, transparency. The one thing that can't possibly be my fault if it doesn't work, because I'm limited by the properties of my medium. I really thought that we would have a lot longer before we had to tackle transparency again, but at least I've established some rules around it when we made Duosion, what, 2 episodes ago? 1 episode ago? So I have a foundation to build from. That said, I actually really like the design overall of Reuniclus. I think that she's such a cool little bean, and she kind of feels like a chia seed. You know how when you soak chia seeds in liquid, they grow that little gel coating? She's just a cute little bean. That said, we do have a few additional proportion challenges here that we didn't have with Duosion, who was more of a ball, because now we're working with hands and arms and spots that have to line up on either side, because normally you'd be able to see straight through. So we're just going to take this one little piece at a time. And I just basically matched my colors directly to what we chose last time, so that even if I got them wrong, they're at least going to look like they match. Alrighty, so I started by stitching up the main egg of the body. I knew I wanted it to be slightly larger than what we did for Duosion, but not too much bigger, because the arms were already going to add a lot of bulk. But I did want this to feel like the final evolution, which means that we needed a little bit of size. And I did manage to sneak some weights in there as well, just so that I knew I had very clearly defined which way was up. And with that done, I started working on the base pieces for each of the arms. So each arm kind of needed like a blobby bomber knockery type piece, and then 3 individual fingers that we were going to have to sew on as part of assembly. So go there, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, fiendish little grabbers, and that will go there. So next we needed a whole bunch of spots. So we needed 2 yellow for each arm and 2 red for each arm. And I ended up matching that red to the mouth from Duosion, again, just to make them look like they were a part of a set. Okay, so there are all of the pieces for one arm, and now I just need to assemble a second one. And they'll go there. She's a little airplane now. So I was still missing some of the base pieces, so we still needed a couple of ears for the top. Looking good. As well as a long, blobby kind of stabilizer piece that wraps around the underside. which will go there, like that. Okay, she's not going to stand up, but I still love her. So next we could start working on like the interior bits, and I started out by just making a couple of heads. Now those are just kind of flat oval discs, but I will stuff the one that goes on the front to give it a little bit more dimension, and the back one can be a little bit more flat and just sewn straight on. And next up, I made the two little bodies. Now I made a decision here to only put the arms and legs on the front piece, and then for the back piece, I just made kind of like the body square and attached that on. And for me, that was about defining the front and the back a little bit more clearly. Plus, it kind of gave the impression, for me at least, that those limbs were to the front of the blob transparency instead of to the back. And I don't know, I'm pretty happy with the choice. And we also just needed a couple little green blobs for the insides of the ears. It's just like the more I looked at this, the more pieces kind of kept on happening. And oh good, I've run out of pins. See, what you don't know is during the filming of this, I was working on an additional 8 Pokemon from Gen 2 from the streams because I fell behind. So during the week of filming, I actually managed to finish 12 individual Pokemon, only 6 you're seeing today. So that's why I'm out of pins. Anywho, so there are the little blobs for the inner ears. So with that done, it was time to start assembling. So I took the arms off and decided to approach this in chunks. So first up, we sewed all of the main pieces down to the body. And that did require the removal of some pieces, but over time I've had to just make my peace with the fact that if I can pin it on correctly once, I can probably do it a second time. Even though it never feels like I'm going to be able to, it tends to work out okay. Alrighty, and with all of those base pieces attached to the body, I sewed all of the pieces onto the arms as well, and then attached those to the main egg too. Now with Duosion, I've always felt a little bit funny about using black for the main line down the middle of the head. So for this one here, I decided I was going to use the blob or goo color to make that detail, and I think that it's made such a big difference and I'm so pleased with it. I might even unpick the line from Duosion and redo it at some point just to fix it up. And finally, the last thing I needed to do was stitch on a face. And I did try to free embroider this and did my best. It's honestly the least successful part of this particular design, but in general, I think she's come out pretty good. So there is our finished Reuniclus, and I'm actually really pleased with how she turned out. Honestly, I no longer fear making Solosis. After making Duosion and Reuniclus, I think we've got this whole transparency thing solved for now. Like, I know we're never going to be able to do transparency, but we can always do our best. Alrighty, we are back. We have made Reuniclus. We have 2 more evolutions to go today. There's 2 of you and 2 of us. Hey, we're gonna have a deblattle. Yay! Woo. Oh no! Ugh, they're gonna make me evolve straight away. No, I'm not. Oh no, I'm fighting with Sharon. It's not 2 of my Pokemon. We should be okay. We should be alright. I'm determined to get you guys through this narrative, but it's not currently cooperating. Okay. Alright, okay. My goodness, these people have just a fiendish loyalty to these little rats. You. I will send to you. Oh! Fancy boy. On the screen there. I'm jealous of the transparency they're allowed to have. I did my best, though. Excellent. There's 1. Should finish you off. Perfect. Just another little chip with XP. Thank you. Perfect. Love that for us. I cannot believe that Team Plasma lost to kids! Stop fighting kids! What a waste of time. Come on, what reason? Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. They're just so chatty. Justification, justification. Thank me. Give me back the stolen property so I can return it. We good? Okay, Thursday, I'll return the Pokemon. Excellent. I think we're free! I think we're free. I'm opening the map on purpose this time. Okay, we are in Wellspring Cave, so we could explore there. Okay, so far today we've gotten some goo from a balloon and given that to a scientist, and we have rescued a little girl's Pokemon. So, you know, not a bad day so far. Let's have a little look at Reuniclus because we never actually got the chance to. Map. Wintry. Okay, so there is opacity. They are psychic type, and they have the ability Magic Guard. This Pokemon only takes damage from attacks. Okay, so no like area effects and that sort of thing. That's not bad. Yeah, it's cute and it's fine. It's just the lack of, like, I can't do transparency. I am limited by my medium and it's a problem. But that's fine. We are going to carry on now, and I guess we'll explore this cave a little bit. This cave smacks of come back here later and there'll be something to do. Oh, I remember you. Brain freeze, my only weakness. There was just one little thing that I wanted to grab from over here. We can't surf yet, and so then we'll be out of the cave and on our way. Ah! I'm astonished. And flinchy. Rah! Vanilla screams for ice cream. There has to be a more efficient way to do this. Oof. Yeah, okay, I found the more efficient way to do this. Okay, Vanillish is going to go first. Oh, no, Vanillish is just going to keep going. Oh, thank you, Opacity, you cling! I didn't realize rollout was something that would skip my ability to... Yeah, okay, I just wasn't paying it. I should... Yeah, okay. Okay, we're good. We're fine and good. Opacity lives on 1 HP. I'm just going to grab this ball and then get out, and it's going to be fine. Oh, we found Thief! Alright, here we go. Oh, okay. Ah, no, just let me go heal. Thank you so much. The two of you got her Pokemon back. I'm lucky to have friends like you two. Oh, we're lucky to have you too, Bianca. Thank you, miss. Please take this as a thank you present. Heal balls! They completely heal the captured Pokemon on the spot. Okay, can see how that might have applications for us if we're adding someone to the team. Let me heal. That's the deal. I did the thing. Now let me heal. That's how I feel. My thoughts congeal. Oh, take the wheel. Stop this now. Stop. Alrighty. You guys ready to carry on to NacreNe? Oh, that's a trainer if I ever saw one. That's the trainiest trainer to ever train. Okay. Who are you, little friend? School kid Al. 1 Pokemon. A Blitzel. Man, they should put Blitzel in more games. It's just a cute little guy. Trying to do the math on what this evolution ends up looking like. I'm gonna cut it and then swap and cut and swap, and we're just gonna rotate everyone through as much as we can to try and like stop a disaster happening here. Oh, oof, okay, fragile little pony. Oh, you guys are real close to leveling though. I'm not gonna have time to swap both of you. Okay, no, Opacity just has to tank this. I love that I'm not even talking about damage, I'm literally just talking about tanking the XP, which is meant to be the reward. Ah! My zappenings! Okay. Little, tiny, little, itty, bitty. Okay, all 3 of them are just like ready to go. My goodness. So now I need a big battle. Who do we think? Okay, well I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna get that, but we're not gonna fight anything that attacks us. Sharon, I can see you there. It's not... You're not being as sneaky as you think you are. That tall dark grass over there, every now and again 2 Pokemon will pop out at the same time. Alright, well that's interesting for training purposes. I had forgotten that they did that. There's been so many mechanics over the years. Oh, you look fancy. I don't know, I think she's too cool for us to talk to. I'm just gonna hope that she has like 3 Pokemon and we can level all of them at the same time. That's my hope here. Hi. Okay. What have you got for us? 1. Marsha. Hi, Marsha! And it's a little Woobat. I love the little baddies. But I do need everybody to clock some FaceTime with this thing. Because then it's the amount of XP is a third, and a third. And so like that can like mitigate it a little bit. Just don't hurt yourself. Just don't hurt yourself. Okay. Well, we've exposed them all. I've done what I can to stop this evolution from happening. Ah. Ooh. Other than just die, I guess. It's just a careful little balancing act. You're a dangerous little bat. Oh! Duplicity, no! Oh no. Can you still... You don't get XP if you die. Well, that's a problem. Can you take the batty down, please? Thank you! Okay, folks. So it would have been all 3 of them at the same time, but curse my hubris, Duplicity fainted. So which one of you is going to evolve, is the question. The Reuniclus is evolving straight away. Okay, so Opacity is evolving. This is our 5th Pokemon of the day, so we still have 1 more left after this, so there is still a little bit of hope. Of reaching NacreNe, I mean. What are you becoming, my little friend? I wish that they gave you like little silhouette clues like the other gen did. Oh! Zorua. It's basically the Eevee of this generation, right? What a little buddy. Oh, I'm so happy about that, actually. Like, don't get me wrong, I wish that the evolutions had been a little bit more spaced out, but that's such a good one. And you stay as you are. Stop. The audacity, really. Okay. Hi. Okay, so we're a little boy now, and Zorua is a dark type. With the ability Illusion, it comes out disguised as the Pokemon in back. It comes out disguised as Pokemon in the back? That's such an interesting mechanic. Does that mean it's disguised for me, or can I see that it's a little guy? I guess we'll find out. Anyway, we're going to stop here, and we're going to make Zorua, who is our 5th Pokemon of today. Oh my goodness, guys, it's a creature. It's actually a creature. It's not a half person. It's not a biped. It's not a blobby thing that requires transparency. It's just a little creature. Plus, it's actually a chance to redeem myself regarding Eevee-shaped Pokemon. My original Eevee, it's never just been something I've been super proud of. I think that, I don't know, it's just a little underwhelming compared to some of the Pokemon I've made now. So anyway, I'm considering this my chance to redeem myself on fluffy fox type creatures. Okay, and we have quite a dark palette to work with here. So I'm gonna have to use actual black as well as my grey. I don't really know if we're gonna use safety eyes or embroider them on. I do think that Zorua's eyes are quite distinctive. We'll see how we go. So once again, I am breaking up this particular Pokemon into more pieces than is strictly necessary because I think it'll give me the chance to just really focus on the shaping for each of them and just really nail it. So I am starting here at the tip of the nose, working up kind of an exaggerated swoosh of a teardrop of a head, and I am once again working in those like face whiskery bits off the sides using larger stitches as we go. So in this case, it might have been treble crochet, they might have been double treble crochet, but in any case, building them in here was definitely the correct choice at this size. And as I close that piece off, I realize I have definitely already made the decision, somewhat subconsciously, to not use safety eyes today because otherwise they'd be snapped in by now. So I guess we're going with crocheted eyes. So that head is excellent for establishing scale. And next up, I'm going to whip up a little tube for the body. And this is just a little peanut. There's not a lot going on with it. And most of it does end up covered by other pieces. Okay, so there is our little barrel. Next up, I'm going to make 4 little feet, and they are actually just little triangles. They're not fancy shaped, and as far as I could tell, I did try and find this out. They don't seem to have any beans. Seems to be no beans on Zorua. Please let me know in the comment section if that is in fact incorrect, because I can always go back and add beans if I've forgotten them. And I'm just going to pin those in place here, just to make sure that everything is coming out to scale, that it's all going to work okay together. Oh, it even stands. Look at that. So next I grabbed my black and I'm working up that big neck ruffle piece, and I'm building that up as kind of like a flat donut. And I'm going to try and build in some swooshes to the sides as well. There was always the option here of like adding fluff to this, but I thought that shaping it was going to be a better option just because I had tried fluff on like Flareon and Eevee. And I don't know, I always just like them a little bit better if I manage to sculpt the shape itself from crochet. And that's just going to sandwich in there between the head and the body. Oh, and now he's very front heavy. All right, so next up, I'm going to be working on the tail, and the tail is quite interesting on this little fellow. So he has like a straight swoosh on one side, but then 3 distinct tufts running up the edge. And funnily enough, this seems to be the theme for today in how I'm constructing things, but they're going to be constructed the same way we did the tails and scarves on Mean Fu and Mean Xiao, as well as the same way I did the hands on Yamask. And that just means that I'm building up like a base piece that has a wider than needed opening, and then using those stitches to form separate, distinct finishing off points. And I think this is such an interesting shape as well. I might have to remember this next time I'm trying to make some birds. They can make a good wing. And that goes on the butt. Hey! And it has helped to balance him. He is no longer front heavy. Okay, so we only need a couple more pieces, and 2 of them are some big triangles for the ears with some little black patches to go inside. So I made a big pyramid to form the ear, and then a little black splop to go inside. Then you can just flatten that pyramid and fold them around, which gives them that good 3-dimensional quality. So we'll pin one of those to either side of the head. And then the last piece we need is this like tufted hat, which starts off in grey and changes to red. Now the red and the grey have kind of a serrated edge between them, and so to try to enhance that, I used varying heights of spike stitch just around where the red and the grey touch one another to try and get those zigzags looking right. And finished it off with a couple of little points, and that goes there on top of the head. Oh, and I fibbed! Because we didn't use safety eyes, our actual final pieces are a pair of little eyes. And I decided to build the eyelid into them, and to do that you just use a magic ring, but you make half the stitches in white and then half the stitches in your eyelid colour, and then you get that fun little like slash of an eyelid all built in at the same level. It kind of gives you that cartoon effect. Oh, so angry. And then I could take my blue and just stitch on the actual like iris. He doesn't really have pupils, but he definitely has like bright blue irises. And I stitch those directly onto the eyes. And they go there and there. Now I'm going to save you a little time here and say I just sewed him all together. And there is our finished Zorua. And it was such a relief to get an actual creature today. And I think he turned out so good, and I feel so redeemed from my previous Eevee misadventures. We might have to take a trip back in time and fix those up at some point. Okay, we are back. We have just one Pokemon to go. And sadly, my plans on getting all three of them to evolve, like level up at the same time, were thwarted by an untimely fainting, but otherwise it would have worked perfectly. So we are going to keep trying to do that sort of thing. Okay, I see a little trinket down there. I see another school kid over there. Something's in the forest. Hey, baby! Little Drillbur. Sorry, I'm so excited about so many of these Pokemon because I've forgotten they exist. Or if I haven't forgotten they exist, I've forgotten that they're part of this gen. And so it's like rediscovering a whole new crop of Pokemon. Just wait till we get to Gen 6. I don't even know what they are. Gen 5 was kind of like at the terminus point for like me playing the games up until Scarlet and Violet. So it's just a big amorphous blob for me after that. Said we are nearly finished Gen 2 on the streams, so we are getting through it. Progress is being made. I don't know if Drillbur's ground type, right? So Nightshade should work. Oh no, scary night. So shady. Destiny's the real Slim Shady. Okay. I found a Great Ball. You're gonna fight me, I can tell. You're all twitchy. You can always tell the twitchy ones want to fight you. Hi. All I want to do is get to NacreNe. Get to NacreNe without another evolution. Okay, we have two Pokemon. We have a Patrat. We should be able to absorb this. This should be fine. Now I know Patrat is normal type, so we'll start with some poison and then we'll chew on it a little bit. No, and let me snack. Num 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 num. Ah, don't snack on me. I'm not a snack. Num 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 num. Nope, you used detect. Boo. Oh, you're poisoned anyway. We still win. There we go. Let's keep battling. Ah, don't. Okay, well if I'd stopped poison at the start of this battle, it would have been a different story. Opacity, you can soak this up. Duplicity. Oh, no, wait. Wait, I swear I said opacity. Oh, no, this is the thing that it does. See how it says opacity here, but it's pretending to be duplicity? I've never had a Zorua on my team, you might be able to tell. Ah, why are we sliding all the way over there? Okay, well, let's just cut. Scared myself a little bit there. It was never revealed to be a Zorua. What do you reckon the chances are that town is just around this corner? And that I could get to a Pokemon Center without any hassle? 0! Okay. Okay. Ah! Map! Yeah, we are still thoroughly on the road. Alright, that's fine. Immediately attacked by the bushes! Oh, it's just a prickle. Can I bite the prickle, or is that a mistake? Is the prickle tasty? No. Ah, really untasty. You know what? I don't feel like dealing with this. Bye! I got myself an awakening. Okay, well, you're going to attack me. Is that far enough away, or do I have to sneak around behind, you reckon? And I just sneak past you. I can! Ha 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 ha! It's a heist! Hello! Who are you? I should have brought more Pokeballs. Is that just like a reveal? That can't have been a reveal. Wait, I'm gonna see if it comes up again. Look, here it is. We deliver to you what winds and waves have brought to us. Thrift Market. Maybe it's been planned all along. Maybe it's just a common saying. Oh, Shazza. Here to ruin my day. But hey, we made it to the city! I doubted. I doubted. For sure I did. Come with me a sec. You go straight from here, there's a Pokemon Center, and use these if you want. Chesto berries! Wait, I think I only just healed recently, but hello. Let's talk to the people in here. Ooh, fossils. If we get a fossil, it's joining the team. And who be you? Can we go in like the closed buildings? No, but we can go in the open buildings. Ooh. I don't have a Cottony, so I can't trade it for your Petalil. But, like, everybody, remind me if I ever end up with a Cottony that I can come and trade it for this Petalil. In fact, if we encounter one in the wild, I'm allowed to catch it to trade it. I've decided that's a thing. I don't have one, I'm sorry. Traded Pokemon do level up faster, have to keep that in mind. Just poking my head into a few different buildings, see if there's any plot. My name is Loblolly. I'm a designer of decor. Okay, in that way. The Pokemon Center. They're selling something good inside. Okay. Let's go up the little staircase and see. Let's see what's on TV. Ooh, okay. We found a shop. What's in here? Stuff I never use. Which Pokemon did you choose at the beginning of the journey? Lillipup. Wait. Or was it Seismitoad? We started with Lillipup, right? Yes, we did. Okay, well we got something that boosts water type moves. I can see how that would have been helpful to anyone but us. And up here. Okay, we've got like a little cafe scenario. That looks like the gym. Oh my goodness, are we actually going to get into the gym? Ah, and we need to just finish exploring this wing of town. Let's go this way? Nope, this way. Alright. Groovy. I like the house designs of this place. I'd completely forgotten all of this. Oh no, that was all the houses. We've been in all the houses, so now we just have the cafe, and then we'll go into the gym. How do you like the sound of accordions? I like them well enough. Oh wow, lots of people in here. Hi. Welcome to Cafe Warehouse, a stylish cafe in a rural area. Okay, well that's a thing that we've done now, so I guess we're gonna go into the gym and just see what the situation is. Oh, it's you! I want to see things no one can see. The ideals of Pokemon inside Pokeballs. The truths of how trainers should be. I should send out opacity. See if anybody notices a kindred spirit there. Okay. It's a battle. We're not getting into the gym, but this is a perfectly fine, like, final crescendo of the day, I think. And with 3 Pokemon, there should be plenty of XP for everyone to go around. So, getting started with Audacity. Audacity versus the Dove. Can't use Nightshade. I'm going to throw Toxic Spikes down, just it lays a nice defensive barrier for the rest of the team for the rest of this battle. You just have to survive. Alright, and then chew on the birdie. Get some poison gas going on you, because the spikes are for the other Pokemon for this round. Oh, I can't remember if they affect my team or not. I know we learn this lesson every week, okay? But I still don't remember it. Birdie is poisoned. Now we just chew on it until it goes away. Okay. Ah! Oof. Excellent. Poison should take that out. Perfect. Oof. Okay, good. Okay, Timpole. Water type, right? I'm going to send Duplicity in. I'm going to try and get through the next 2 Pokemon just with Duplicity. Hello. Little lumpy friend. I can Gust. And I can Quick Attack. That is what I can do. Ah! Apparently I can also manage a little bit of confusion. Duplicity's really living up to their name this week. Don't be confused. Don't be confused. Stop being confused. Oh, can I heal ya? No, I let you faint again. I am a bad trainer. Okay. Send out Audacity. Glug, glug, glug. Ah, glad I did that. Glad I did that too. Okay, well, Audacity is definitely evolving at the end of this battle. What else ya got? A timber. Okay. Okay. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna send in Opacity. No, you come in as Zoroa because you are the last member of the party. There we go. Opacity can be themselves. Sand to the little fellow. What do you guys reckon? Wood weasel? Creepy little ponytail. My goodness, the hairstyles on this whole evolution line of like Timber, the clown creepy one in the middle, and then like we've already made Conkeldurr, who's like right there. Let's roll out. Opacity might be flattened here. Let's not go without a fight. Low kick. That's a mean move. I don't want to die. Audacity can't possibly be low kicked. Hasn't got any legs. Don't get pumped. No, no. Get bitten. Nom 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 nom. Now another little nibble. Yes. And now the poison will take you. Yes. Excellent. I cannot see the future yet. Good. Good. Of course you can't. Okay. Audacity is evolving. This is our final evolution for today. Now we are stuck in a little bit of a story point, so there will be a little bit of gameplay after we finish making them. So, Audacity. So far today we've made a lot of like little guys. I kind of want to make something big and juicy for the final one. Oh! It's the wet monkey. Okay. We have been blessed by our first monkey! Okay, we've got Simipour. It was bound to happen eventually. There was 6 of them floating around. Floating. It's just... I'm just not overly excited to make them, you know? Alright, so we're going to stop here and we're going to make Simipour. Not quite the showstopper I was hoping for, but it'll do. You know, I crunched the numbers and we technically had like a 4% chance of encountering one of the monkeys at this point in our playthrough. And you know what? 4%'s pretty high, so I can kind of make my peace with the idea of one of them cropping up. I've never really been much of a fan of them, particularly as like I've never understood why they didn't just go down like the cast form route with like weather impacting, like whether or not they were the water, fire or plant type, or even going down the path of like the Eevees with the various stone evolutions. However, recently I was advised that their designs are based on like delinquent teen fashion, and that kind of makes me like them just a little bit better. They're never going to be my favorites, I don't think. Which means we needed a delightful assortment of blues and yellows and whites. And after working with a lot of like grey and black and prongs and transparency and things without feet, it's not that bad to be working with something that's just a really straightforward series of shapes. Okay, so I'm going to start by making the head, and I'm going to make the head kind of like a long oval egg type shape where we have blue on top and yellow on the bottom, and that way I won't have to worry about making a layered mask for him. We can just stitch the hair tentacles straight to the blue side. Alrighty, so that's the base for the head. Let's make the rest of the head pieces while we're here. So there is a little bridge for the nose, and I think we'll sew these pieces on as we go. And then I'm just going to add the little nose and mouth directly to the face at this point too. Okay. So next we're going to do the eyes, and I believe that Panpour is meant to represent the see no evil, but I can't work out if this guy has white pupils or if he's blinking. So you guys let me know which way you think it's going. I choose to believe he's blinking, mostly because of that whole Panpour see no evil thing, but the white pupils thing can be quite disturbing once you think of it. Okay, next up I made a couple of little ears. And those are just the base pieces for the ears. They do need a couple of extra details, but I'll add those on later. And then here are those inner pieces. Now they were meant to look a little bit more like waves, and mine were a little bit pointy, but I've forgiven myself. I think they look fine. Okay, so with the ears accomplished, we had to make an entire Medusa of tentacles to go on top of this head. And I'm going to sew them on as we go. So we have 2 at the front. Then 2 more slightly longer ones just behind the ears, and I made them slightly longer to make up for the drape around the head. And 2 more at the very back. And they all came out looking about the same length, which is perfect. Okay, so that is the head made and assembled, and we can now move on to the body. Now, I don't know about you, but I certainly wasn't procrastinating trying to work out how to make this piece, but in the end I did decide to make it as kind of like this little overdress that's going to sit on top of a yellow peanut. And I went with the dress first. So I started in white, making up this little collar piece, and we made the little floops around the collar by using double crochet and slip stitches, and then swapping to our blue and alternating the slip stitches and the double crochet just to really enhance that nice curved collar effect. Then it was just a matter of working up the rest of that little dress and those points in blue. Now, in hindsight, I wish I'd made those points a little bit longer, but I can't have known that that's what I wanted to do at this point. Then it was just a really simple matter of whipping up a little peanut for the body. So yeah, we just pop that in there and sew everything down. And things just became a lot easier after this point. I made a couple of little noodles for the feet, and then a couple more little noodles for the arms using double treble crochet to form those fingers. And he's a little teapot, short and stout. And the last piece we needed was the tail. So I actually used the same sorts of stitches that I used to form the fingers to form the like little bubbles at the end of the tail. And then the rest of it was just making a long hose. And for the last time today, we sewed everything together. And there is our finished Simi-Paw. Looking completely unimpressed, but I'm kind of okay with it. Okay, so we are back. We've made our 6th Pokemon, but let's just like get to the end of this particular story point before we call it. If it launches into another battle though, we're stopping there. Right now, my friends aren't strong enough to save all Pokemon. Maybe I can't solve the equation that will change the world. Blah. Why can't I read his lines properly? Alright, cool, get out the way. Go away. Now I know what power I need. Zekrom. The intentions seem to be okay. It's just... You know what they say about what road we're paving there. Anyway, okay, cool. So that wasn't too much of a story point. Let's have a quick look at our little guy. It's just one final map for the road. Here we go. Audacity, summary, the Audacity, really. Duplicity, I tried really hard to evolve you again. Okay, so Duplicity. The Audacity is now water type. Which means they can hold that item we were given by that woman in the house, and has Gluttony, encourages the early use of a held berry. Okay, but that is where we're going to leave it for now, out the front of NacreNe City Gym, which is where we will start in the next episode. So we are going to be going back to one of these episodes every month now. We just took a little bit of a break over April, but we're back. So there are our finished Pokemon for today. So today we have made Main Xiao, Main Fu, Yamask, Reuniclus, Zorua, and Simi-Paw. Now, I do think my favourite from today is either Yamask or Reuniclus, but let me know who you liked the best from today's crop. We have officially finished 18 Gen 5 Pokemon now, and I will say, in the time it took this video to come out, we are actually down to our final 10 from Gen 2. So there's never been a better time to jump in on the streams if you enjoy watching the crochet portions of this video, but like 10 times slower. And I'm sorry that today's video was a little bit late. That just seems to be the way of things with these Pokemon ones. I just can't quite seem to get them out on time. But they do always come out eventually, and they come out with the best of intentions. A massive thank you to my patrons. Without them, I know I say this every time, but I genuinely could not make this series without their ongoing support. I'm really loving having more than 30% of the Crochetdex done at this point, and we kind of have to grasp onto that feeling white-knuckled until Wind and Waves comes out and ruins everything. But yeah, that's it for this week. Okay, bye!